Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. So, what we discussing is backbiting, right? But not in the way that you may think that I'm talking about, right? I want to bring some clarity to what is backbiting, mainly what isn't backbiting. But I have to, for it to make sense, right? And the way that we use the word, I want to discuss some things from the Deen of Islam, right? I want to discuss certain things from the Deen of Islam to bring some clarity to not only the way we use the term backbiting, but to clarify like the Islamic state that we are in. Okay? So Bismillah Allah Ta'ala. Allah Mustaan. So what I have up here is inverted society. Right? Let me adjust that. Let me fix that. So what we have here, inverted society. So in the Deen of Islam, and when you look at certain type of hadiths and just deep studies into the Deen, you will see that it's referring to a day when society is going to be inverted. Right? Society is going to be inverted. People fitra is going to be corrupted. Right? I spoke of it in a previous video where I was saying out in the Quran where Shaitan, the rejected, despicable one, right, says to Allah that he's going to whisper into the hearts and the mind of mankind to change the very nature that Allah has created. This is what's going to create an inverted society. So when you look at inverted, the definition of inverted is placed or lying upside down or in the opposite position or direction or order or the usual arrangement. So, Islamically, we're going to be inverted. Like our deen is going to be backwards. Right? Not Islam. Islam is going to always be perfect. But we're going to deen backwards. We're going to deen, our deen is going to be upside down. It's going to be the wrong way. Not everybody, of course. Not everybody. So, there's a hadith where Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, Islam started off as something strange. And it will end as something strange. So give glad tidings to the strangers. So when it was asked, who are the strangers? And Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said the strangers are basically the ones that gave up everything, their families, everything, just to adhere to the Deen of Islam correctly. So some more of the explanation is saying that started off strange because the way it started off with just a few people. And they hearts pumped no Kool-Aid. You had to be a real soldier to accept Islam and stand on it in them days. Right? Because they was going through some serious persecution. But then it's going to end with a lot of people, but only a few real practitioners to the Quran and Sunnah. Alright? So, only a few real practitioners to the Quran and Sunnah. So now we're going to speak on inverted society and how it affects the Muslims. Of course, not all, but a majority, and it's going to grow. And that's why we really, like right now, this is Ramadan. You have some Muslims who's chasing as much rewards as they can. I need to do this, I need to do that. But see, really, Ramadan is a time where you're really supposed to take a deep look at yourself and work on your heart and work on your nafs. See, you might get all these rewards that you're looking for, but then as soon as Ramadan ends, you're the exact same person. You're supposed to go in one way and come out different. How many people really sitting down, reflecting, and working on their heart and their nafs? Because shaitan isn't an excuse when Ramadan hits. It's you. It's your nafs. You're supposed to be working on that. You're supposed to be trying to purify your heart, purify your deeds. But instead, people chasing rewards. Alhamdulillah, you're supposed to. But that main purpose is start trying to purify your hearts. Take a good look at yourself. Take a good look at your surroundings. See what type of behavior individuals have during Ramadan. Because if they have bad behaviors and if they have bad movements during Ramadan, just imagine what's to them outside of Ramadan. You know, you got to clean up your house. You got to clean up your surroundings. Right? So, as we continue, right? Inverted society. So we're going to say this. Right? So we're going to say this right here. Islam, right? Show y'all how it's inverted. Islam, there was a time, we're going to say marriage half your deen. This was a major saying a few years ago. Y'all notice people don't say that no more? But look, so Islam, the goal. Get married. Start a family. And grow and work together. See, we garments for one another, right? Grow and work together. That's the goal. Right now, Muslims, this is things you hear. I want to get married. I want to get married to protect my private parts. Okay? That's not the reason that you're supposed to want to get married. Women, I want to get married because I'm tired of working and paying bills. I won't pay bills no more. This is not the reason to want to get married. Both of these is selfish purposes. People in it for selfish reasons, and this is a Muslim dealing with another Muslim. This is a form of usury, and as a means of you're using one another. When the goal is to get married, start a family, grow, and work together and take care of each other. These is conditional, selfish marriages. Also, what you have now in society, you have people, they want the baby, but not the marriage. Right now in this society, you have people who want the baby, but they don't want the marriage. I don't want to get married. You have men, right? You have some wealthy men that are paid women that they don't want to be with that have kids for them. I don't want you. I just want you to have babies for me. Then you have women who will intentionally get pregnant by men that they know never going to marry them, but they don't necessarily want to marry that particular man, but they want the baby because the baby is financial stability. This is an inverted society. This is backwards. You'll have a scenario where you have a man has a baby mother. He want to be there for the baby mother. He's actually like okay, I've seen this. I done seen a sister, Muslim, kids by two men. One of them is a 100% deadbeat. Second guy comes in, pick up the slack for the deadbeat father, but then and then they have a child. So he's picking up the slack for the deadbeat and taking care of his own child and is an excellent father. But then their relationship end due to her. She will leave the deadbeat off the hook and try to stop the good father from seeing his kid. Now follow me. Try to stop the good father from seeing his kid. So now he ends up with another woman who has kids she's doing the exact same thing to her child father. But she want him to fill in the slack for him while his baby mother go and try to find another dude to replace him when he wants to be there. Inverted society. We don't want the real fathers who actually good fathers who really about their business, who really taking care of their kids. We don't really want your money because we don't care nothing about the money from the deadbeat dude who ain't never did nothing. We just want to take you to child support and this and that because we think it hurts you. And then stop you from seeing the kid. When I got a kid by a deadbeat individual that I never get $1 from, don't want $1 from, and don't even want to see his kid. So I want your money, but I don't want you to be a father to my kid because we not together. And you can see this pattern because now he's with a woman who doing the exact same thing to another guy that your baby mother is doing to you. This is an inverted society. I don't need you to be a father to our kid. You too good of a father. I'll find somebody else to do it. And they think it's going to be a simple task because you came in and was a father to the kid where the other father didn't want to be. But they lead him off the hook. This is an inverted society. Now, follow me, because I'm finna show you when we get into the things of backbiting. And you have a society where the people who make straight A's get made fun of by the cool kids, right? This guy or this girl may be a straight A student. We're going to say they 17 years old. 16, 17 years old, so they're legally able to work. They straight A, they honor roll students. They work a part-time job. They stay out of trouble in school. They stay out of trouble in school, outside of school, and at home. But they're a joke. They're a laughing stock. They're the people you make fun of. But this brother or this sister who 16, 17 years old, and they're a junkie already. They're a pill popper. They're a weed smoker. They in trouble at home. They in trouble at school. And they in trouble on the streets. But we applaud them, see? We applaud them. And then they might be the honor roll person and the junkie, always in trouble person. They might be brothers or they might be sisters. This one graduates, go to college, not celebrated. This one go to juvenile jail. He's celebrated. He's a real person. She's a real this. She's a real that. Get shot out on the streets. Shoot people. These ain't the people that we say anything about. They're cool to us. They get out of prison, get out of juvenile jail. There's parties. We taking you shopping. We buying you shoes. We taking you out to eat. There's all of that. But this person who graduated and on their way to college, they can't get none of that. They can't get no money to help them while they're away at college. They can't get no shoes and clothes for when they're away at college. See, we celebrate and uplift the problems in society. You understand? That's because it's inverted. We root for the criminal. Look at our society. You have the police who is put here to serve and protect. Now they're killing people at will. They're actually starting to disband whole entire police departments because everybody in the police department is a criminal. They the drug dealers. They pulling women over and making them have sex with them to get out of tickets. All of this. This stuff is in the news today. Why? Because the society is inverted. We root for the criminal. The good person, they lames, they nerds, they goofies. But these dope fiend, perked out problems in society and community, we applaud them. We uplift them. They get respect. You understand? Oh, he out there getting money in the streets. She out there getting money. They out there doing this and that. They get respect. But the ones who taking care of their business, starting businesses, doing what they supposed to do, they get disrespected. So when it comes to the Muslim Ummah, that same thing is still there. You understand? The one who play it by the book. They play their Islam by the book. They the ones that get ridiculed. You see what I'm saying? But see, some of this stuff is really just a cover for something deeper. But the criminals and this and that, they're celebrated. Okay? So what you start to have is this. We finna get to the backbite. And this is just to name a few. I can go on and go on. You have the individuals who don't do no drugs, don't do no cigarettes, no vapes, And I'm not knocking anybody who do any of that. To each their own. This isn't a making fun of nobody. But they eat healthy. They in the gym. They taking care of themselves. They got a good job. Ain't never in trouble. But then you had a person who stomach all out to here. They got all type of medical issues from overeating. They drink all type of alcohol. They do all type of intoxicants. They drink, they pop pills, they do all type of drugs. They smoke Black and Mild, cigars, everything. Extremely unhealthy. But people will look at the people who, on a health tip, who sitting around eating a bunch of fruits and vegetables, they will make fun of them. And then the person who's sitting around eating a bunch of crazy steaks and lobsters and crab boils and belly all out to here with a fifth and this, male and female, they're celebrated. They living a good life. But these other ones are who they think they is. That's because since society is inverted. The men want to be women. The women want to be men. You understand? The women taking care of the households while the men just sitting around chilling. Society is inverted. You even have now women who don't even want a man that could take care of them because they feel like a man taking care of them is controlling them. I don't want to sit around and be no wife and sit around and be this and be that. You understand? It's even to the point now where the women ridicule their grandmothers and great grandmothers who sit around and have 15 kids, 10 kids, husband worked, took care of all of them. Oh man, she just stayed around and gave her whole life to them. No, he went out and broke his back and did all type of stuff. He sacrificed his life for her and them kids just like she sacrificed her life for her and them kids. But see, them grandmothers and them women of the past, they goofies now. You supposed to be out here with 50 men. You know, you have, and it's even Muslims. You have women, I never get married. They ain't gonna do nothing but cheat anyway. Men always gonna do this and that. He gotta be mine. But then she's sitting around having a threesome with another girl and her boyfriend. You having a threesome, you sharing this person. Or somebody else who on the outs, you creeping with somebody else, good guy, and they on the outs. So it's still the exact same thing, but you might not have nobody that's gonna cheat. You see what I'm saying? But because society is inverted, instead of me having a man at home, and I mean it's the same with the brothers too. I'm not. This is both sides. I'm not picking and choosing. I'm just showing how inverted the mindset is. This is backwards. So look, if you all of that in Islam, everything we talked about, you cool. That's alhamdulillah. That's between you and Allah. We don't care about none of that. But if you reading books, if you always talking about Islam, we got a problem with you. You think this, you think that. And then you have individuals, oh, well, I don't drink, I don't smoke, but you may do 1,000 things worse than that. So, when it comes to the backbiting thing, now listen to this. So, when it comes to the deen, we're going to use the word backbiting because that's the word people love to use. But we'll say discussing people is permissible in 6 situations. This not me. This is Sharia. This Quran and Sunnah Ijma. Now look at this. 1. Warning the Muslims of someone's evil, wrongdoing, or harm that they're going to cause. So, if you see some Muslims that's going to affect your deen, affect somebody's deen, they're going to, let's say for instance, they sell ice cream. And because they Muslim, you want to go support them and buy ice cream, but I know the ingredients they use to make ice cream got pork in it. But they also know it's in there, but this is some ingredients they use, right? Because it's like a fluff. They can make more ice cream for cheaper, but then sell the ice cream for more. Am I not supposed to say, hey, they put pork in that ice cream, man? But if this is a Muslim that's on all type of inverted society tactics, oh man, you can't say nothing about that. That's backbiting. But them selling pork to Muslims isn't a problem. But you telling a Muslim, hey man, the brother put pork in that ice cream, man. I done told him to quit. I'm going to tell you in his face, I don't buy this ice cream from him, and he put pork in it. He don't care about you, and he going to smile and alhamdulillah, assalamu alaikum, and sell you some ice cream with pork in it. The one who says something is the backbiter. But when they get together, oh man, that brother be trying to tell people don't buy pork, don't buy his ice cream. Who he think he is, because he took a class, because he studied. That's the backbiting. That's the backbiting. Muslims sitting around, you know, this brother is, y'all get the picture. Y'all get the picture. These people, they sitting up here, you around these people, and let's say they got y'all praying to a statue, but you knew the Islam and you don't know no better, or even or praying in a way that's not valid, but they know it's wrong. And not only do they know it's wrong, they showed you to do it. But then when a person come and say, what are y'all doing, man? Why y'all got them praying the wrong way like this? Man, hey, you got to be careful of them. They know you praying the wrong way. They know you praying to the wrong thing, and they don't even care. They don't care. They know that's wrong what you doing. Now they gotta answer why they even showed it to you. Right? This is harm to a person in Islam. But in this society, because it's so inverted, they get the praise. And the one who say, hey man, they gonna mess your deen up, man. I'm telling you in front of them. I'm gonna tell you away from them. And I'm gonna tell you to tell everybody else to stay away from them as long as they on these actions. Oh man, see, I don't like that, man. That ain't necessary. I don't care what that don't involve me. That's backbiting. Even though you saying it to them while they there. But then when you leave, oh man, see, he just an extremist. She just an extremist. That's the backbiting. But that's not backbiting. Because we so inverted. Warning the Muslims of someone's evil, wrongdoing, or harm. It's a must in Islam. Some of the examples that they give you is like, if it's someone who sits with bad company, criminals, and adulterers, if they trying to pull you, if they sitting around in a room full of criminals, and you there, and y'all Muslim, and then somebody say, hey, Hey, man, don't go in the house with them, man. There's some people after them. The feds might kick that door in at any minute, and they know it. Some of them even snitches, right? They got beef. They robbed this other brother. Some other Muslims might come kick that door in and get the dumping, man. You don't want to be in there. Oh, man, I don't want to hear that about them. That's their business. That's between them and Allah. Okay, you sit up in the house. But them the ones who pulling you up into it, and then they say, oh, man, don't pay that dude no attention, man. He just hating on us. He want to be Arab. She want to be Arab. And then you end up in jail because you sitting up in a house that got raided and they don't want to take their weight. And then you want to keep it real in the cold of the street and you don't want to tell. But you an innocent person in jail. Or some people ran up in there trying to rob it. And you come up in there and you the first person they put the gun on. Where everything at? You don't know. Then they ask the next person. I said where everything at. People actually feel like you're not supposed to warn other Muslims about this type of stuff. That's backbiting. 2, a person that openly commits evil, sins, or follow bid'ah. These people gonna teach you Allah's in the flowers. These people gonna have you running around talking about you don't even have to pray Fajr. All you have to do is say, I intend to pray Fajr. I intend to pray 2 rakats of Fajr for the sake of Allah in the morning at 5 a.m. Now I made my intentions. Now you can go to bed and don't set up no alarm or anything. And now you don't have to get up for Fajr and you get the reward for praying it already. But your intention was to not pray it. But because you said this, you have Muslims that teach other Muslims that. But then when a person come in and say, hey, don't listen to that, man. Don't listen to this guy, man. This dude done took about 10 people off of their deen. Tell him to prove where that come from. Oh, no, man, don't tell me about none of that, man. That's my man. You backbite. Although you telling them what the person is there. And man, quit telling people this stupid stuff, man. Like you ought to be ashamed of yourself. Oh no, I'm pleased with my deen. You just extreme. Oh man, that sister ain't nothing but the haram police. Always trying to help somebody out. That's the backbiting. Right? So, 2, seeking advice or a fatwa. Man, I went to the masjid, they told me this and told me that, but I'm not really sure about it. I felt like it was wrong. Then I went and looked into it, and then they steady tried to force me up on it, man. What should I do? And you say such and such told me this. If you come to somebody seeking some advice on what to do, and you talking about the situation and who told you, and especially if it's because they're wronging you and they're telling you something wrong, that's not backbiting. But then the person who you tell, when they catch up with them, they check them. Brother or sister. Sister come up, hey sister, man, y'all quit telling this sister this type of stuff, man. Why is y'all telling her that? Oh, see, here you go. Thinking you know everything. Thinking you the only person in the community that knows something. Then when they around, oh, see, that's why I don't like that person. They think they the only person that knows something. That's the backbiting. But we don't call that backbiting. You understand? Because we in such an inverted society. Even in the Muslim community. Now, Islamically, that's strange. That's strange. Right? Seeking help. This is number 4. Seeking help to change evil or bring a sinner back to the right path. So let's say you seen a person who was a fairly decent Muslim and they was thriving, reading, willing to take classes, and they was really trying to grow in the deen. But They couldn't stop hanging with people that didn't take Islam serious. Now, this individual, now he got girlfriends. Right? Now, he got sisters burning sage all in his house talking about their ancestors. Right? Sitting around with this and that. And then you saying something to him or sending a message to him about the situation to get him to check himself and come back to what's correct. But while he's surrounded by a whole bunch of people who doing the exact same type of stuff, who done pulled him into the exact same behavior, and then when you catch them, hey man, why y'all doing that, man? Why y'all pull Ak up off his deen? Why y'all pull that sister up off her deen like that, man? Like, man, the Muslim is one that the other Muslims is safe from their tongue and their harm. People not safe from your harm, man. Keep that harm to yourself. Oh man, see man, you backbiting, man. You ain't gotta bring that up. That ain't the type of stuff that need to be discussed. What? Y'all happy y'all got him off his deen? You know what I'm saying? Sister sit up in y'all group, love y'all, crazy about y'all. Then when she leave Islam, because of y'all behavior, y'all want to sit around and talk crazy about him, see? But none of that is backbiting. But the one who come and try to warn those people before they fall off, in y'all face, outside of y'all face, they the backbiters, see? Because we in an inverted society where the criminals, the mujrimuns, they celebrate it. The ones who really trying to deen, study, and learn, they're ridiculed. What else? Number 5, complaining when you have been wronged, oppressed, and you trying to get the affair rectified. Muslim done ripped you off. Muslim done sold you some oil, right? You thinking that you finna get you some good oud or something, but it's full of baby oil. He's selling $10 bottles, or she's selling $10 bottles of baby oil. And because they Muslim, you want to support them, you give them $100 and get 10 bottles of fragrance, of oils. Don't check them, don't do nothing because they Muslim. And then you get home, throw one on and be like, bust the thing open, it's full of baby oil. And I sold you some baby oil. And now you come to somebody, or let's say it's going here, and then you come to me. Man, a brother sold me some baby oil, this, that, and the third. Like, what? And then you go to rectify the affair. Then the person who said something, then tell somebody else, they don't buy no oils from that brother, man. He's selling people baby oil. The one who do that is a backbiter. But the one who's selling the baby oil, sitting up saying to other people, hey man, don't listen to him, man, he extremist. He just hating on us. He think he just a know-it-all. But that's the backbiting. But they don't consider that backbiting. You understand? Number 6, for identification. Like, it was a dude named Saladin. He was a Muslim cat. His name was Saladin, right? But he had what people call a dead eye. So his nickname was Dead Eye. He went by that. So like if you see somebody, they be like, hey man, you seen Dead Eye? Which generally that could be insulting. Or somebody who walk with a limp and people call him peg leg. Or somebody who just happen to be this tall and they be like, you seen such and such? And they be like, which one is that? And they be like, the little person. Those things aren't considered backbiting, although because this may be their nickname or what they go by. But if it isn't what they go by or this and that, then you being insulted. That could be considered backbiting. You understand? So even with all these categories though, none of this is with the aim of spreading mischief or stirring up trouble. So, in reality, all of this, it isn't with the aim of spreading mischief or stirring up trouble. It's trying to stop it. It's trying to stop it. It's what it says in the Quran. Enjoying the good, forbid the evil. What we do though, enjoying the evil and forbid the good. Because we inverted. So, and then on top of that, because we don't know what we think we know, and anytime we corrupt and it end up on display, we want to say somebody is backbiting, see? And see, the sad part about Muslims that be like that, they don't have no problem with the corruption. A Muslim could be spiking women drinks at the bar. A Muslim can be beating his wife half to death at home. And the wife is getting words out there complaining about how bad she getting beat, how bad her kids getting beat. And then somebody may be close to that person, but the wife get a message out and somebody say something to him. So then, let's say it's me, and the word get to me, and then I know somebody who close to him, but I don't have his number. And I go to him and say, hey, man, dude wife getting messages out, man, a dude beating her half to death and choking her out and beating the kids and all type of stuff, man. Call him, man, so we could talk to him. Nah, man, that ain't none of my business, man. She backbiting. I don't want to have this conversation with you because you backbiting the brother. I don't want to hear none of that because, see, he your friend, see? He's your friend. Would you want to hear it if she was your daughter? Would you want to hear it if she was your sister? Would you want to hear it if she was your mother? But then on top of that, what he's doing, and then this person may know about it. But you ain't going to say to him, hey man, quit beating, man. You can't keep beating on that Muslim sister like that, brother. Like what I would do. Hey, man, come on, man. I understand people have problems, man, but you can't just beat the sister, man. Come on, man. Them your kids. What are you beating your kids for? Oh, man, that ain't none of my business, man. Us trying to get this situation rectified. Trying to get her we trying to enjoy some good and forbid the evil. That's backbiting. That's because y'all too used to rooting for the criminal. We too used to rooting for the criminal. So when people doing what they supposed to be doing, they call it backbiting. This ain't no because a person who's a good guy, he's teaching at a masjid, and he's really accomplishing things and changing the community, but it might be around the corner. So now we got to call him an innovator. See, these things aren't true. And these things aren't to rectify the affairs. It's actually to cause mischief and stir up trouble. So that isn't really a warning. That's not a real warning. Just like the individual who trying to do something, put certain things to bring things to a cease, or trying to protect people deen because they ain't been around long enough, or they just became Muslim a week ago. These people gonna harm your Islam, brother. Sister, these people gonna harm your Islam. As a matter of fact, I'm going to show you. You see all this? Now, as a matter of fact, on top of that, I'm finna talk about it in front of them. And then if you still don't protect your deen after that, it's because you one of them. It's because you one of them. We don't have a problem with the wrong that they're doing, but we got a problem when somebody say something and try to correct it and put a stop to it. The one that try to fix it is the backbiter, because we inverted. You see, you imagine me on Instagram or TikTok reel, and I got a bag with 200 perks, and I look exactly like this. Though I got 200 perks in the bag, right? And I'm sitting up there, perks all in the bag, a bottle of Remy or some Hennessy or something, and I'm smoking. I'm in a video like this. Man, alhamdulillah, I got these perks. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, so y'all know they not fake perks. And pop a perk. But I'm all on the Instagram reel as a Muslim. Alhamdulillah, man. And on the side, you could meet me around here and I'm going to teach you an Aikido class. Ain't nobody supposed to say nothing about that. Ain't nobody supposed to say. But then the Aikido class is a cover up for you do Percocets. You want to try a perk? You know what I'm saying? Ain't no Muslim supposed to say nothing about that. That's backbiting. I'm telling y'all, man, we're in an inverted society. And when you understand that the society is going to become inverted, right? Islam will be strange. Then you're going to learn how to protect yourself. Then you're going to learn how to be on the right side of things. Y'all, how you going to enjoy the evil and forbid the good? Certain things, it's mandatory that you say something about it. It's mandatory that you say something about it. Even in the deen, when you see a wrong being done, when you see some harm going on, right? What are you supposed to do? What are you supposed to do? First, you do something about it. Try to change it with your hands. And that don't necessarily mean always physical. You do something about it. And if you're unable to do anything about it, you speak out against it. To the people who might fall into it, to the people that's hanging around it, you speak out against it. This is from our deen. And then if you weak, you hate it in your heart. But some of us, to the point where we so weak, we don't even hate it in our heart. We say stuff out of our mouth like, I don't care about that. None of that matters to me. And I'm saying multiple Muslims think like that. And that's why we in the condition that we in. That's why we in the condition that we in, man. And we refer to these things, when we the guilty parties, as backbiting. As backbiting. You know what I'm saying? Now, yeah, some of it can be backbiting, because if you're doing it with the aims of spreading messages and stirring up trouble, you're not really trying to rectify the affair. You're really not trying to warn a person. You just want to ridicule them. You see what I'm saying? Your whole purpose is really trying to ridicule them and put them down. See, that's a different thing, see? But we don't know how to do the two, because we inverted. We backwards. We're backwards, man. And we're bringing it to Islam, man. So I just wanted to speak on it, man, because like I said, right now it's just to the point where if you say something about some Muslims and getting a warning out there, because people who still involved in certain situations that's corrupt and Muslims is at the head of it, that's a problem. Oh man, we don't like what the brother doing. The brother trying to mess everything up. We don't like it. Then they're going to backbite and lie and slander on the brother because he's exposing their corruption. We that toxic? We that toxic? You see what I'm saying? So I'm finna wrap it up, and I'm just saying, man, just pay attention to the world that we in, and look how mindless they starting to get to people. I see some of the most knowledgeablest Muslims that be on YouTube, and 6 months might go by. One of the best Islamic videos full of knowledge out there, they might have 50 views. Then you could see somebody who spreading all type of bid'ah, who lying on other type of people and this and that, right? 6 months, they might have 10,000 views. See, we getting to the point like right now, you could see videos of, you could see people who go to Popeyes and get a 3-piece, a breast, a wing, and a leg from Popeyes, right? And get on a video and eat some Popeyes chicken, man. It might have like 6,000 views in an hour. Then the exact same person go to another restaurant and get some churches. Might go get churches, KFC, and Popeyes, all three. I'm gonna do a taste test. Like the people who watching the videos ain't had Popeyes, churches, or KFC. But that's how mindless we getting, man. People sitting around so bored, don't know what to do with their time, that they sit around and watch people go eat Taco Bell nuggets. Even me sometimes, but I look at it from a like, wow, when did we get like this? I'm looking at it like, man, this dude got 20,000 views. This dude is up to 50 million views going to restaurants, trying all type of just different food, just going all over the world eating different food. But it's just regular stuff that people are, JJ's, Harold's, Subway, the new Subway cookies. But when it's something with that Dean, you might get 60 views. Then on top of that, because it's so truthful and we so toxic and so inverted, we rather be lied to than tell the truth. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then people will hit the dislike and go lie and slander. Like, look at this right here. When you understand Islam, right, and the hadiths, there's no salah without Al-Fatiha. There's no salah without Al-Fatiha. Authentic hadiths. Now in the beginning, if you had to say it in English, if you had to read it off a piece of paper, alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. Right? Let's say I don't even know how to say Al-Fatiha and I just mess it up. But I think I'm a top-notch individual. I'm arrogant on it. I think I'm a teacher. I think I'm an elder in a community. And I think people need to take my word. The people who next to me know that I don't know how to say Al-Fatiha when I'm praying. They don't care about me. They don't care about me because my prayers is invalid. Because for one, I'm arrogant up on it. Not like I'm a new jack, and I've been doing this for 10 years straight. For 10 years straight. Now, if somebody come up and say, hey, Ahmed, I was listening to you say the Al-Fatiha, brother. You were saying the Al-Fatiha wrong, man. Let me teach you. And I blow up on them. Ah, man, you think this, you think that. Then they come say something. Hey, man, your mans don't know Al-Fatiha, man. Y'all need to help your man, His prayer's invalid. I don't care nothing about that. That ain't none of my business, man. You know what I'm saying? The brother say you feel like you know everything and all this, that, and the other stuff. Which one is the backbiting? You trying to help this Muslim brother get his prayers accepted. For 10 years, you've been sitting up here reciting Al-Fatiha wrong, but arrogant on it. And then when you go and teach a new Muslim how to say Al-Fatiha, you done taught them that, and now they praying wrong. Until somebody come and correct them, or they might be around a clique full of individuals that's full of sin, open sinners, don't even care about trying to hide their sins, and they just leave them like that. And then when a person who come and try to correct that and fix that, they the backbiter. This is the opposite of what Islam's supposed to be. We dealing backwards, man. We dealing backwards. So, alhamdulillah, man, we really, now, of course, this isn't everybody, but we need to start checking ourselves, man. We need to be honest with ourselves, because I'm seeing a lot of situations and, having conversations with people, because I know the real of certain things. And one thing about me, let's say you trying to get a job. You Muslim. You trying to get a job. You really need a job. You in a bad situation. Another Muslim come tell you, hey, I could get you a job. Right? I'm going to set you up with some interviews and all this stuff. But the whole time their intentions is to make sure you don't get a job. Pump faking. I can help you get a job, but their intentions is to make sure you don't get the job. And I know it. First, I'm going to say to them, why you doing that Muslim like that? Why you doing that Muslim brother like that? Why you doing that Muslim sister like that? You know the deen say this, and this, and Allah say this and this. You can't do that. Oh, man, well, and they voice their opinion. All right, if I ever bump into them, I'm going to tell them. Hey, man, quit depending, but I ain't going to put it like, hey, quit depending on that person to get you a job, man. They not going to do it. You understand? Go somewhere else, man. They not going to help you. Trust me. Oh, and then if they don't want to listen, then I'll say something in front of that person. Hey, I'm going to say something in front of the person that they think that's helping them. If they Muslim, and they not going to help you get no job, man. I done had conversations with them about why they doing that to you. And then if you still don't want to listen after that, I did my part. I'm gone. But that's what a Muslim's supposed to do. But we so inverted. The person who doing the other Muslim like that, they the cool one. They the cool one. That's not Islam, man. We need to be careful, man, and we need to pay attention, man, and really look at this, understanding, man, how inverted society is. Even in Islam, it's starting to become an inverted culture. We so desensitized, we don't even care. Our whole mentality is, hey, as long as you Muslim, that's all that matters. We don't care if you raping kids. Like, even with me saying that, situation, man, actually made me cry tears, man. I studied it, man. The little 15-year-old girl, man, her name like Naziah Harris, where full-grown man who got kids by this girl auntie. This dude been having sex with this little girl, man, since she was like 12 or 13 years old or something like that. But because he got her pregnant, he kills her. He done hid the body and all this other little stuff, right? But he kills her. And it broke my heart to see people in the comments talking about that's what she get for being so sad, for being fast. She never should have been all up in grown men's face. But this is her aunt, baby daddy, so she's been around this guy since she was a kid. He done groomed her. It's reports that went to the protective service, that when she was like maybe 10 or something, that they had already reported to the child family services that dude touched her and her cousin. And on top of that, this dude gave his 4-year-old daughter chlamydia. His own daughter. Raped his own 4-year-old daughter and gave her chlamydia at 4 or 5 years old. He even go to jail for it, come home, and now he's doing it to some more kids, and people sitting up talking about that's what she get for being fast. Nothing about him though. That's backwards. And we had that exact same backwardness in Islam, man. With the Muslims. Not everybody. And I want to say, I mean, it's going on everywhere, man. We need to fix it, man. Or don't play a part in it. And understand, discussing people and situations under 6 circumstances is mandatory. It's mandatory. See, we so inverted, we'll let the person who killed everybody on the block shoot up the whole block, even may shoot a 3-year-old in the head, and everybody know this person did it, and then the police come arrest the innocent person that live on the same street. We'll sit back and watch that innocent person go to jail and sit around and kick it with that creep who done accidentally killed the 2-3-year-old. We'll celebrate them. Dude real. He with it. But we'll let the innocent person who go to jail, who probably was a good father, hard-working person, family actually need him. And we'll let the innocent person go to jail. Even as Muslims, man. That's how inverted this society has become. But anyway, man, let me get to these prayers, man. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So inshallah, man, that helps some people, man, get a better understanding of this backbiting thing and understand what it really is. There's 6 situations where it's mandatory that you say something, and you really trying to get something done, or you really trying to warn people to stay away from factual behavior that you know is going to corrupt them and everybody else. It's mandatory, and it's from our deen in the Quran to enjoin the good and forbid the evil. It's mandatory, man. It's mandatory. But we so inverted, we root for the bad guy. We root for the bad guy, man. We celebrate the bad people. That's what we do. And we ridicule the good ones, man. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.